choose that one,
Okay.
your deposit can be applied to any of them.
Puppies!
Hi, puppies.
Hi, puppies!
Where's Freckles? Is that Freckles, Mom? I
I think that's her. Is that her?
think that's Freckles. Hey, girl.
Interrupting your regularly scheduled program to bring you these breaking news from 6 months ago. So before my wife met this awesome guy, me, when she was living by herself in her own little house, all lonely without me, she had a dog that she had adopted when the dog was about 4 years old. That dog came into our marriage and got to be the first dog that our kids experienced. She was a very gentle, sweet old soul. At the grand old age of about 18 and a half years old, she passed away. After having about 6 months to commemorate her, my wife picked out the puppy that you are seeing in the video as our next family dog slash farm dog. She's got big shoes to fill to try to fill the shoes that Sammy left behind for us as a family. But with her being a red heeler, hopefully she will also be a big help on the farm when it comes to the livestock. Here's to new beginnings with a new family slash farm dog. Now that this commercial break is done, back to your regularly scheduled program. Hey girl. That is the mom to Freckles.
You know, we used to have a dog. Almost like him. Yeah, almost. But not super close. We used to have a dog. This is my owner. She's kind of like, this is my owner. Yeah, this is my owner. She's asleep. Hey, Freckles. Freckles.
Been a few days we brought this cow in, so calf seems to be progressing well. She seems to be doing well. So I'm gonna run her out. Let her go back out and be a cow in the field instead of a cow in the barn eating hay. Back to greener pastures. Just glad to see it go out there instead of into the barn. Where's another one? We got a bottle. Let's go build some fence internets. Looks like we got a new calf out here this morning. That's a big dude. Guess fixing fence will be on hold. Let me run around and see if I can figure out whose calf that is. All right, we found the mom, 49. I'm gonna put a post in there so they don't pressure going over into the campground. Then we'll go on up the fence line. Shouldn't be too bad today. It's only a short stretch over here that we haven't seen yet. What is better for a boy and his dog than woods and trees and places to roam? Look at that. Y'all don't know how much good that does my soul. Tell me in the comments what those are. Their pokies, their prickles are like so much sharper and longer than what a regular multifly rose are, and whew, they hurt. I know this goes against popular opinion, at least here in the East, but I freaking hate this high tensile wire. The cattle will crawl right through it. It'll break in one spot and it'll snap loose literally 200 yards down the line. Calves, half the time you can't make it tight enough to get them to stay in. It will take 8 or 10 strands of that high tensile to do the same thing that like 4 or 5 strands of barb will do. Give me good old barbed wire any day of the year. Little puppy seems to adapt really well out here, right puppy?
And if I stop, she stops.
He's my new brush hog.
I bet you two down at the same time.
You sure did. If you look up behind me there far enough, there's like at least 2, I think 3 or 4 big trees across there. Here's the one I did not want to see. Look how big that daggone thing is. My saw will reach barely halfway through that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
A giant
That is a giant tree.
It fell down that big.
Look at all them greens, man. It's a lot of wood. Fella had his own sawmill. It'll almost be worth dragging that thing up, trying to cut some boards out of it. But not today. Because that thing is so big, if I can just slice off right down through there and flop that out and just let the rest of it lay right there where it is. All right, it's not ideal, but I think it'll work.
How's your chainsaw go through this?
I have to come in from both sides, remember? I have to go on both sides of the log to cut it.
Under and on top and this side and this side?
Yep, yep.
This is the outside. This is the inside.
Yep. What is it?
Why onion grass?
We take them home and eat them for lunch with a sandwich or something?
Oh, yes. But then how would we get this stuff off?
I'm gonna take a knife and cut it off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you see if you can get a whole bunch of them up.
Wait, Daddy.
There's some more there.
Let's leave this onion grass on.
Okay, we can do that. And they'll make your breath smell really good when you go kiss your mom goodnight. She'll really like that.
Yes, we would. And she would say, do you eat onions? And I said, no. I ate onion grass on my sandwich with onion.
Farming saves so much money on therapy. If you're my father-in-law and you're watching this, I miss your help right now. Several years ago, they came down to visit us for like 8 days, and him and I spend 3 or 4 days out doing nothing but working on fence. I miss him right now. Alright, considering there is no pasture on the other side, I believe that'll hold them. The grass over there is something for them to eat. I might do a little more work to it, but it's gonna work until they get out. It's gonna work. They ain't gonna get out. We're wrapping up, heading back to the house for lunch, and then switch out new countertops at the house since I'll be having to wait up there for the bus anyway. Don't let a good harvest go to waste, folks. Here, cut off. You cut the fuzzies off. Scrambled up egg, farm-grown sausage, store-bought cheese. Nice little layer of jalapenos. Some of Rooster's freshly harvested wild garlic. Farm-grown egg right on top. Ranch on one piece of bread, ketchup on the other. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a breakfast sandwich fit for a king for lunch. Man, doesn't work like you see it online. They say measure once and cut twice, right? 3/4. Side. If that ain't right, I just screwed up a countertop. Next word is washed. Every good cabinet maker uses a saw to cut out the sinkholes and then does the kids' homework while doing that. Turns out there's a special bolt to hold this thing together. On the bottom side up, right there with the splice. I guess that goes in there like that. There, now it worked.